This man was declared dead. His family buried an empty coffin. But 10 years later, he walked back into his village, alive. In 1895, a young fisherman named Thomas Hale lived in a small coastal village in Ireland. He was only 27 years old, strong, quiet, and deeply connected to the sea. Every morning, before sunrise, he sailed alone into the cold Atlantic waters. Fishing was his life. The ocean was his home. But one day, everything changed. A sudden storm appeared without warning. The sky turned black. Waves grew taller and more violent. Thomas tried to control his small boat, but the ocean was too powerful. A massive wave crashed into him. His boat broke apart, and Thomas disappeared into the sea. The village searched for days. They found broken pieces of his boat, but Thomas was gone. They believed he was dead. His family held a funeral. They buried an empty coffin. And slowly, life moved on without him. But Thomas was not dead. He had survived. The wave carried him far away, to a remote, unknown island. He woke up on the sand, alone, confused, and injured. There was no one there. No houses, no boats, no people, only silence. At first, he thought rescue would come quickly. He waited for days, then weeks, but no one came. He realized the truth. He was completely alone, and if he wanted to live, he had to survive on his own. He built a shelter using wood and leaves. He learned to catch fish with his bare hands. He drank rainwater. He made fire using stones. Days turned into mo.
Months turned into years. He faced hunger, loneliness, fear. Sometimes, he spoke out loud just to hear a human voice. His own. Storms destroyed his shelter many times, but each time he rebuilt it. He refused to die. He refused to give up. Years passed. His hair grew long. His face became rough. He became part of the island. A survivor. Then one morning, after 10 long years, he saw something impossible. A ship. Far on the horizon. His heart raced. He ran to the shore. He lit the biggest fire he could. Smoke rose into the sky. He waited, hoping, praying. And this time, the ship saw him. They came closer. The crew could not believe their eyes. A man. Alive. On an empty island. They rescued him and took him home. When Thomas returned to his village, people were shocked. They thought they were seeing a ghost. His family cried. They had buried him. But now, he was standing in front of them. Alive. Thomas Hale lived the rest of his life peacefully. But his story became a legend. A story of survival. A story of hope. Proof that even in the darkest moments, the human spirit can refuse to die. Subscribe now to discover more forgotten stories from history. Because the greatest survivors are the ones the world forgot. For 10 years, the world believed Thomas Hale was dead. But he survived, alone, against the ocean, against time itself. His story reminds us of one truth. Sometimes, the strongest people are the ones the world forgets. Subscribe now to discover more forgotten stories.